Hey, how's everybody? How's everybody? It's your boy, the Prophet B. Kush. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? I pray all is well. I pray all is well. Yes, we are here another night. Come on, somebody. We're here another night. And we just going to thank God, the creator of all things, for that we have another chance to be here. Come on, somebody. That's everything, just to be here. All right. Come on. Welcome, Mr. Prophet B. Kush. Red flags. Come on, red flags. Let's talk about it, all right? Come on. You can call in if you like. 718-622-2674. 718-622-2674. It's good to be here another night. I hope that our conversations are inspirational and definitely, something to help to lead to a resolve for yourself on the things that you are looking at, on the things that you are doing in life. You know, it's definitely not about me, it's about you. Come on, somebody. And it's about us, us as a people, how we identify with things and how we process things, that's what I'm hoping that we do, a little quick, a couple of minutes with your boy on the late night get right, with the Prophet B Kush, and you get to walk away with something, walk away with a better understanding of yourself and how you internalize things. Come on, somebody. It's important because a lot of times it's often miscommunication. It's often I didn't see it that way till later, and that's okay. It's just another part of the day. Don't beat yourself up. Um, Nothing is perfect, as they say. Come on, and to err is human. Yes. So here we are again. Red flags. We This is the hour where you have the power to speak, say something, try to look for a better way to absorb what you're going through, or possibly even to put yourself in a place in where you're going. Come on, somebody. I always say an ounce of prevention beats a pound of cure. All right. And so to be preventive in our walk of how we do things, how we process things, how we, work in life is important. It's very important. Often we don't realize that till late in the game. Come on. And so, right now I'm only hoping the best for everybody. Hey Val, I see you, sister, doing big things out there. I'm proud of you. I'm very proud of you. Head held high, girl, and you're walking strong. Love you, girl, of life. Um, yeah, so in this moment, we just want to be in a position where we can, as a people, myself, being able to just, talk with my people like I do. Most people that know me, really do know me from the conversations of just being able to express themselves, and we, get a chance to talk. That's my thing in life. I don't know about nobody else's, but that's my thing. Hello, somebody. So tonight on Red Flags, what we're gonna do is we're gonna pay attention to two words, right? Um, the first word is integrity. All right. Not a bad word, not really a big word, but it has a lot of pack to it. Boom, boom, a lot of punch. The second word is going to be infidelity. Yeah, we gotta put the big pink elephant, all right, that's in the room, in the chair, on the couch or something, so we can view it and really have a conversation with it. Amen. So my thing is, when we talk about integrity, right, we're talking about you having strong moral principles, moral uprightness, which can always differ from what we call, the different tribes, the different people, the different cultures. What moral principles and moral uprightness means to everyone or every culture of people is always going to be different. If you speak to them in Bed-Stuy, you speak to them, you know, up in what you call at the BX, Starlight City, back over in East New York. You speak to them in Harlem. You speak to them in Queens, Jamaica, Rosedale. They're different communities, is why I'm saying it, and they're all going to have their own ideology of what these words mean and how it carries out. So what I said was, you know what, I'm gonna go a little deeper. I'm gonna try to hit some other spaces so we can recognize the traits. Come on, somebody, we're gonna recognize the traits and see if we are either allowing them to be applied to our life. Come on, or we are allowing the other individual to apply it in this situation. Come on, somebody, because sometimes we're not allowing people to do the things that they can do. And that's a big situation, because if you're not allowing them to do it, the time, the situation, whatever the case may be, you can't call for it or judge them on it or judge them against it if they never had the chance to do it. Come on, somebody. And so when we talk about integrity and having strong moral principles and moral uprightness, I want us to pay attention to honesty in the individual or in yourself. I want us to pay attention to uprightness, right? The way you carry yourself, how you are. Um, Honor, I want us to look at honor and see that, honor plays a part in it. Um, your morals, like we said, your morals, righteousness, for what that means to everybody in their own culture, morality, nobility, virtue. Come on, somebody, decency, fairness. All these things are pieces of the puzzle that we can see integrity and get integrity from a situation, a person, or thing. Sincerity, truthfulness. Come on, all these things play a part. Come on, somebody. And then when we think about the unity, the unification, the wholeness, uh, the coherence, the cohesion, the togetherness, solidarity. These things play a part, because most often we'll look at an individual or a situation and we'll question it on the first piece, which was, strong moral principles, moral uprightness. And that that phrase, those two sentences had a lot in them. Come on, somebody. They encompassed and embodied a lot. And so if the similarities are in these things, right, to that statement, to that word of integrity, did you see a good moral compass or structure from the individual? Did you see some righteousness where it was just, we'll equal that out to being good? Did you see the goodness in them? Come on, somebody. Noble. Was it a lot of, not too much, but enough to say that they were proud people in who they were. Come on, or who they are. You know, the virtue. You know, decency. Did you speak with them and have the conversations or see things that allowed you to see, well, this person right here is all right. I can work with this. Come on, somebody, because you got to start doing this, because so many of us are walking around pinning the tail on a donkey. And okay, that's a game, but in real life, you can't be putting a knife on the wall, because you're going to damage the wall. Yeah, the paint is there and the donkey tail is there, but you're putting a hole in the wall, and we're not being fair within ourselves. We're looking at people, specifically our significant other, right? Come on, somebody. When we look at the girlfriend or the boyfriend, the husband or the wife. I see you, Renee. Bless you. Good to see you. There's the big one. Apostle McKeithen. Bless you. Bless you. Love you, brother. Love you. Brother D, Deron, thank you for checking in. We're dealing with integrity right now. And we're going through the similarities of the different words that could associate to integrity, so that people may know these are things to watch for as well, because in its wholeness, in its fullness, integrity may be a small word, but it encompasses a lot. So let's just look at that. Like I mentioned some things. I mentioned the honesty, the honor, the uprightness, the togetherness, the decency, the virtue, the wholeness, the unification, the fairness, the sincerity, the truthfulness. These things all play a part in what we call integrity. So a lot of times, peace, brother Ill. That's right. Blessings, big bro. We look at these things, and we have to say, when we're judging or looking at or beginning to say that, I'm bringing myself into a togetherness with someone else, does that woman or does that man show these parts? Are these things there? Is the righteousness there? The goodness of a person, the goodness to life, the goodness to themselves. Because if they can't treat themselves right, they can't treat you right. So when we talk about red flags and we talk about calling some people out and doing some things or saying some things, look at ourselves first. I always mention the great big Archbishop Reginald Boyce Sr., who back when, as I was coming into a better place in God, he was, come on, let's go, and teaching me. And one thing he always said to us, that as long as you're pointing your finger at somebody, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 pointing back at you. Like I'm pointing, but all these are pointing back at me. So we're not here to point fingers at people and call people out. We're here to say, how does this fit? Am I viewing this right? Am I, processing my mindset, my anger, my first and secondary emotions, all these things, and we're here, and I'm saying to you, let's talk about it. And if I can, divulge some things to you, that it will be things that can help you come to resolve, see it better, resonate with the frequency that works best for you in dealing with your situation, your significant other, your husband or your wife, because it's necessary. Too many times we're going to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Come on, somebody. Too many times we're rushing the process. Come on, somebody. And then we're wondering, how did we get here? Well, we got here because we took some steps that we did not totally, truthfully identify with correctly for ourselves, to even look at another individual, look at the other person, look at the husband or the wife, and say the things or look for the things that was necessary. Come on, somebody. This is a reality. When we talk about decency and how they are as an individual, indefinitely begins long before the act in the quiet conferences. Yes, it does. We have to check ourselves in that. Yes, brother Ilchuk. And so when we talk about fairness, do we see that? Do we understand what fairness is for ourselves? Because like I said, all these things that we may be able to talk about, they differentiate per culture, per environmental status of your geographical living. Come on, you may live in Bed-Stuy, you may live in Brownsville, you may live in Park Slope, you may live in downtown Brooklyn. All those environments have different idiosyncrasies that they deal with, that make them what they are, that make Brownsville, that make Bed-Stuy, that make East New York. And when you go in there and you start dealing with those people in those sections like that, you begin to see it. So when we look at, dealing with another individual, are we being true to ourselves with paying attention that they come from another culture, that they come from another mindset? The ideology for me may be what it be, right? I may be able to see, right, read, differentiate, feel, absorb, repel. Those are my traits, right? But does the other person have that same thing? Are we looking at them like that? Or they may have it and you don't have it. You know for sure. You know for sure. Your mind ain't right. Come on, somebody. And you blaming the other person because your mind ain't right. That's where I like to go. That's where I like to live at, if you don't mind. You blaming somebody else and your mind ain't right. You ain't seeing things half right. You ain't seeing things half decent. You're not being totally noble. You don't, your virtue is not really there to that degree. Come on, for you to stand up proud, talking about whatever. Let's talk about it. The fairness, the solidarity, the coalition, the cohesion. Come on. You scared of some of them things. You got some hangups. You're not coming across clear. Your communication is not right. How you're processing is not just and equitable to the situation, neither to the person, right? Because you might be the person that comes from the weird or queer, place of being, in your little township or whatever, and they have to take you on and all the things that come with you because they're a little more settled than who they are, and they can justify and rectify and give it space, but you can't. You hot-headed. Come on, somebody. You hot-headed. You quick to judgment. The betrayal doesn't start in the bedroom. It starts Yes, it is, brother. But we're talking specifically about the traits of the integrity and how we can see it in individuals in different spaces. So I might see the unification with the individual. I might see the togetherness, right? I might see the solidarity. I might see the virtue. I might see the fairness. How about if I don't see the righteousness the way I want to? How about if I don't see the morality the way I want to? How about the no nobility of them is a little bit slack? How about, if the honesty is fair? I've heard a little story or two. How about if the honor is good? So we have to, I'm saying this because we have to begin to judge people based on a system within ourselves that we can stand up to. Come on, somebody. Because a lot of times we're pushing and demanding, and your trade up on that ain't really good. Hello? Come on, your trade up ain't really good. What you bring to the table don't match what you're requesting from the other individual. Hello, somebody. This is what I'm talking about, and this is what I want to talk about in these situations, in this hour where you got the power to express yourself and, look at some different resolve to a situation. I want to express that are we looking in the mirror? Come on, are we truly looking in the mirror? Come on now, because that's a sincerity to you, right? To thy own self be true. That's reality, right? So at what point do you spend time enough with yourself to find out what's truth in you? Or are you waiting for someone to come along to tell you the truth about you? My God. Looking for a soothsayer, looking for a seer, looking for a tarot card. Oh, my God. Hey, excuse me. Let me do that. Looking for a prophet to come along, do a little extra for you. Ooh. Come on now. These are all real-time things, and we've all been in these spaces of obscurity where it's just obscure, where we don't really know. We're trying to find out. We're looking for answers. We want it now, microwave mentality in the space that we're living in 2025. But we have to look back in history and realize Rome wasn't built in a day. Come on, somebody. It wasn't. Neither was it destroyed in a day either. So things take time. So I'm saying, when you're looking for these things in your mate, in your wife, in your husband, know that you've got a lot of different pieces to look at and to decipher when dealing with them, than to just be cold-hearted. I don't see this. I want that. I'm here to tell you, how much are you getting? Come on, somebody. How much are you getting? That's key. How much are you getting? Because I got about 15, 20 words, and you might be getting 11 out of the 15, and you mad? Come on, somebody. Because again, we don't live perfect lives. So how do we seek perfection from somebody else? Come on, somebody. How do we seek perfection from somebody else when we don't live perfect lives? Come on. That's something that you got to begin to think about these things as they are. realest thing I could ever tell you. Like, you really have to begin to fluctuate mentally in a space where, yes, no one can give it to you, no one can take it away. But I think on it, Brother L, is that people are not allowing their integrity to develop, if I can say that. Because we may have things in us, you may have the capability to sprint, but if you never run, you never know, right? So that's a buildup. You're going to keep running, you're going to practice. So a lot of these things in us, even as adults, are different stages in our lives where we have to practice them. We have to practice the nobility. We have to practice the fairness. We have to practice the decency. Yeah, I heard somewhere it was written that, to him who show mercy, he'll receive mercy. Come on, somebody. And so what are you showing the world? What are you giving? Are you giving wholeness? Are you giving cohesion? Come on. Ooh. Are you giving honesty? Are you giving uprightness? Come on, somebody. Is there honor with what you do, how you do it? Or is it just words? Because I know a lot of people like to do a lot of words. They like to do a lot of, whatever they want to call it. But I'm just saying, for whatever it's worth, can we begin to look at these things, categorize them? This is when you learn to compartmentalize, right? Categorize them for yourself and then for your mate. Because if you're not doing it for yourself, you can't stick nobody else to it. I'm the first, Father help me, I'm the first one to walk away from somebody who's holding me to a standard that they ain't showing me. Come on, somebody. If you can show it to me and we can talk about it, it's a requirement, then let's go. But it's a requirement. You can't show it to me. So that means that you don't know what it looked like or how it worked, that you're not showing it. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. I'm not taking nothing from you. I'm giving you something here. Back in the days, we used to call this a jewel. I'm giving you something right here. So I'm saying that just to say, yeah, check in on what it is that you're giving. What are you truly giving? Is all that you? Is the morality you? Is the virtue you? Is the nobility you? Is the coalition, togetherness, the cohesion? Because some people are getting together with people and they are living separately while being with them because they're all over the place and their home base is not them and the individual. I'm just saying how that's going to work. Come on, how that's going to work. But integrity is something that comes up every day. You use it every day. Some people do, not all. Some people do, not all. But we, like I said, we want to look at the traits of it so that we can filter it in a way that people begin to pay attention to themselves, not judging somebody else, but definitely saying to themselves, how much of that do I have? So when I come to the table, I know what I'm coming with. It became a point in my life when I began to realize that I come with that. I do that. I'm short on that. I can't do that. I begin to tell myself the truth. If you could tell yourself the truth, then you could tell somebody else or show somebody else the truth about you. But if you never told yourself the truth, how that's working? Come on, somebody. Tell me how that's working. And I'm just being as fair as I can be with us, understanding that a lot of the pieces to the puzzle is all over the place. So I heard so many people say that there's no book for it. Honestly, there's no book for you because you're one of a kind. Beautifully and wonderfully made. You're one of a kind, so there's no book for you. There is a book for things, though. Come on, somebody. There's a books that are out there that are for things. It's internal dialogue. Yes, it is. Yes, it is internal dialogue. There's books out there for things. So there's books out there that best describe a lot of these things that we're talking about. There's books that describe the righteousness. There's books that describe togetherness. There's books that describe cohesion, coalition, collation. There's books that describe honesty, honor, virtue, decency. There's books. And then there's other people walking movie theaters. I call us, walking movie theaters. Big house, I see you, good looking. I see us as walking movie theaters that are displaying righteousness, nobility, morality, unification, wholeness, cohesion, decency. These things are there. These people are there. All of this is happening in life. Are you paying attention? Because at the end of the day, to say what you ain't got amongst all the other things that you do have and call that your shortcoming, that you don't do the things that you should be doing. See, I'm just talking about the things you should be doing for yourself before you get to doing anything for your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend. What are you doing for yourself? Being realistic. Come on. Being realistic for yourself. How much of this do you stack up on? How much of it? Come on. When we talked about it, integrity, having strong moral principles, moral uprightness, and all these pieces play a part: unity, wholeness, cohesion, togetherness, decency. Come on. Fairness, virtue, truthfulness, sincerity, honor. Come on. And I'm just saying, let's get to that part, because then we can formulate a conversation that has an equal playing field, that we have markers, not just red flags. Woo! Because red flags is what come later, when something is happening too many times that we have no real conversation for or explanation for, that's truly identifiable to say it's okay. It's usually not okay. Hello, somebody. So right now we have these markers, right? And like I said earlier, an ounce of prevention beats a pound of cure. So at what point are we doing the preventive stages and things in our marriage, in our relationships? Come on now. This is all I'm saying. Come on now. The cost of infidelity. Yeah, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that real soon. At the end of the day, like I said, we had two words that I just wanted to lay out there for people to begin to resonate with themselves with on this evening. And one was the integrity. And I hope that those things that we were able to share just now in the first half an hour were things that people can begin to take notice of within themselves before they start to judge others and take notice of other people. Come on, somebody. Take notice for yourself before you take notice of other people. And the next word is infidelity. That's a big one. Infidelity. The action or state of being unfaithful to a spouse or other sexual partner. Because some people just believe that infidelity occurs when a person is married and it doesn't occur in a relationship, but it does. And I kind of had to go this way because you'll be surprised how many people in the world we live in the time that we live in the times past that we've already experienced, have had infidelity in their lives, in their world. Come on, somebody. I'm just calling it how I've listen. For me to sit here and be with you and act like me being good looking wasn't a problem all my life. It was, okay? It was. Infidelity was definitely in me, to a large degree, because our mindsets were different, right? Our mindsets, how we moved around in life, how we, process things. And so when those things are different to the degree where it's just lower vibrational things happening with you, you hurt people. Hey, Big Ape. Good to see you, April Young, one of the greatest who ever did it. God bless you. It's real, I think just being truthful about it is the key, though. Hello, somebody. Being truthful about it, stating what it is, right? Though there may be a heaven and hell on the table, going into it truthfully at that moment is your best reality, because then whatever comes of it is what's meant, and whatever can come back to it is what's meant. But don't put yourself in that space. That's the latter part of life. In this moment, Infidelity is on the table. Come on, somebody. Adultery is on the table. Yes, come on, let's talk about it, right? Disloyalty is on the table. Let's talk about it, right? Treachery is on the table. Double dealing, duplicity, deceit. Let's talk about these things. Cheating, two-timing, hanky-panky, fornication. For these are things that are yes, April, I love you. That's why I love you, girl. And we cut from the right cloth, because yes, I've been hurt, but I've hurt others too. And you know what? In that, April, not to veer off from where we're going in these topics, but the reality was, you know what I had to say to myself? I had to fix my prayer. Come on, somebody. I had to, for me, the way I live. See, now we're talking the culture, thing, the religious thing, where you come from thing, what y'all do in y'all set and y'all circuit thing, which differs from everybody else. So we always have to give time and space for people to be able to take on the nuances of their culture, their spaces, their different things. Yes, Apostle McKeaton, thank you. And so in that, for myself, I go into a prayer when there's pain on the line. Come on, somebody. There's pain on the line, so I go into a prayer. And when I go into that prayer, my integrity in the prayer is that I don't want to hurt nobody else. I'm hurting, but I don't want to hurt nobody else. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. I had to take the integrity for myself to say, I'm absolutely in charge and in control of what I'm seeing, right? Cheated, hurt people until they learn to love and forgive others and stuff. Yes, indeed, it's all about you. They've been hurt. This has become music. Yes, they do, but not all people. Come on, somebody. It's not a blanket statement that all hurt people, but we know that hurt people do hurt people, and we also know that the hurt people can become abusers in latter times. Not all, not a blanket statement, but we witness, and the bullhorn is on the hurt ones that hurt people, the people who do become abusers, because we don't bullhorn the people who went past it, who went through it. How about that? We don't bullhorn. She took that like a champ, yo. My guy is real. You see what he just did, yo? Because I don't think I could have did that. We don't bullhorn those aspects, but we do bullhorn the negative in society. And so that's what we're fighting consistently. The eagerness to put someone down, the eagerness to call someone out, the eagerness to be, you see that? Look at them. Which is a bad thing that we have riding the main line in our society right now. But for whatever it's worth, that's why I'm here. These shows that I'm, looking to try to do with our people, to just give insight on how we can reverse. Come on, somebody. Reverse the osmosis, right? Because at the end of the day, if we can begin to process differently, if we can begin to, absorb differently, if we can begin to repel differently, because sometimes we repel things in such a way that it does hurt the other person, and we don't mean no harm, but it's just a repelling that's going on because of some things, some deep hurts, and so therefore, when we think about it, this is what's happening. So in these moments right here, when we get to speak about these things and just to find resolve, not to give an absolute to anything, because I don't believe in absolutes other than the creator of all things. Glory be to God, because I'm just not that powerful nor that smart in myself. Hello, somebody. But I know I can reason with my brothers and sisters to see life in a way that will allow us to be better, to be greater, to be more on point. Like I said, pushing the ounce of prevention, which can beat the pound of cure, making sure that we're in a preventive state of living. Integrity is on it, can be, but it depends on your heart, because if your heart is good, it's not integrity. It's not uncomfortable. It's a beautiful thing. It actually makes you feel good, depending on how your heart is already, how your mind is already. If you are in a fight with yourself because you are one of the individuals who have a somewhat of a rough heart, somewhat of a rough mindset on people and things of that nature, yeah, then integrity can be hard in certain instances based on what you're dealing with. There's a price we pay for the anointing, the walk that you took around Baisley Park, meditating on God, it pays off. Bishop, thank you. I mean, Apostle, you're Apostle now. I'm sorry. Apostle, thank you. Apostle, thank you. I appreciate you remembering, my life. I appreciate that. I really do. It means a lot to me, man. I'm fat, black, and ugly already, so don't get me on the thing crying, all right? Yes, forgiveness is necessary, Sister April. We only hope that we understand the reason for forgiveness. Come on, somebody. Because we spoke about it, I think 2 shows back, or maybe a show back, when we talk about what happens mentally becomes toxic, right? And then from the toxicness in your mind, if it stays too long, then it becomes toxicity to your heart and your emotions and your spiritual and your welfare, and that takes a bigger toll. And the forgiveness is about you, so none of those things happen to you, so you don't carry no extra baggage than what you should. Come on, somebody. Because most often we are poor, and I said this in one of my seminars, we are poor landlords, we're slumlords, we're keeping on tenants and things in our mind and in our housing that we shouldn't. We have to what they say when they put the notice on the door to put you out. We have to do that. We have to evict some things. We have to evict some people. We have to evict some emotions. We have to evict some mindsets on things. Why? For growth. Come on. Because if all your channels are coming in for where you can learn, where you can grow, where you can be beautiful, are stifled. They're stuffed up. And they're stuffed up with things that don't give birth to life, don't give birth to love, don't give birth to happiness. And we're talking for yourself, not for somebody else. Hello, somebody. If they're stuffed, if they're clogged, if all your channels for you getting the greatness is clogged, where you going? How are you going to get there? You've got to clean out the muck. You've got to clean it. I said it before. If you find yourself, you tripped, you fell into some mess, or somebody threw some mess on you. How about that part in today, 2025? Go in, take the shower, wash it off, wipe it off, right? Throw the clothes away. Don't, unless you really need them, throw the clothes away and come out refreshed. Come on, somebody. Come out refreshed. Because then when you realize how that forgiveness is a blessing, right, in disguise to show you how great you are. Come on, somebody. You will never know how great you are. You will never know what you are fortified with. You just won't know. You had nothing to put it up against. How can you play Chinese handball? Come on, April, I'm taking it back. How can you play Chinese handball without a wall? So how can you say how strong you are without there being a situation that allow you to see your strength, that allow the world to see your strength? These things have to happen. Come on, somebody. They have to happen. So, yeah, it's a beautiful thing that when we talked about the integrity piece and all its attributes, and then coming to, the infidelity part, because in the infidelity part, I need us to see where it was just the integrity wasn't where it needed to be from me or for you, that it should happen the way it happened. But even in the event that those things occurred, how can we move forward? How can we get away from it within our spirit, within our mind? Come on, somebody, within our emotions. Because if it stays there too long, it's a problem. It's a problem that doesn't get solved easily. Come on, somebody. We know that disloyalty isn't it. Come on, we know that disloyalty. We know that treachery is a bad thing. We know that double dealing is a bad thing. Duplicity, deceit. Come on, we can go on with this now. Hello, somebody. The fornication, the cheating, the two-timing. These are things that people do. And good people have done these things. Hello, somebody. Let's not get on our high horse now and act like, yeah, them and that and she ain't nothing but and he ain't nothing. No. Good people have fell by the wayside. Come on. Good people. Mothers and fathers, grandmothers, great-grandmothers, great-grandfathers. Come on. Oh, we can go down the line. Good people have fell in bad situations. But one thing I want to be clear about when we talk about red flags and relationships and marital advice to help for the resolve is that you're not going to speak to no one who has a long-standing good relationship today, who's been in it for 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 years, and they cannot tell you about the bad times. Come on, somebody. I'm not putting sin or this or that on everybody, but if some of us reached it at a particular point in our lives, that's cool. Teach somebody else how to get through it. See, I wouldn't tell you to teach somebody else how not to do it, because I don't know enough like that. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what she did to make him do that. I don't know what he did to make her do that. I don't know their sociological backgrounds. I don't know their mental temperedness. I don't know these things. I don't know their financial whereabouts. And all these things play a factor in these things. Whether you want to believe it or not, when you sit down, you open that, you peel that orange back, make sure it's a sweet one, and you realize that all these things are running through here. All these things are running through here. And you have to take those moments. You have to take that mindset of, let's figure it out. Because you know what? If we can figure it out, right? We might be in a space where we can figure out where it works. Come on, we move, we get past, we get on, and we're shown what type of love we actually have for each other. Come on, somebody. A lot of great people, a lot of great couples have these great romances about, going through this and third. And then we might get through it where we can say, okay, all right, well, you know what? Realistically, yeah, this ain't going to work. Hello, somebody. And, it may not work because of this. It may not work because of that. That's always based on the soliloquies and situations with the people and the dialogue that's happening. Cool. But in either event, proper communication. Come on, proper communication. PC. It will give you the necessary things that you need to get to a resolve. See, like I said, I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I just want to hope you hear enough, feel enough, say enough within yourself that you can move to resolve. Come on, somebody. Move to a place and a space where you can look at what integrity is. Come on, let's talk about it. Look at what integrity is, right? Then move within integrity, knowing that it's many different pieces in this puzzle for this pie, and let me, weigh them against myself first and foremost, and then look at the rest of the world after looking at myself. When we speak about, these things, you have to be realistic with yourself. You can't hold somebody else to a standard that you ain't living. In this microwave world that we're living in now, I see so many people doing that. I see so many people walking around. And I'm going to keep it real, especially the believers of this and of that, judging people and all that. Let that go, man. Because you just sending yourself to hell with a pair of gasoline drawers on, with a rocket roller skate going down, and it's bad. And I feel bad for you. I have forgiven others, taking my choices, giving myself favor life situations. Just learn behaviors people do. Hello, somebody. Come on now. Don't pull out all your degrees on me, April. This is what I'm saying. This is what we're building to. The fact that culturally, we're dealing with, the different neighborhoods and different encounters because they do things over here differently. Your house did things over here differently. You were able to view something differently than what somebody else did. It affected you. Two kids in the same house saw the same thing. Everybody viewed it differently. Anything's possible. Two kids in the same house, they all viewed it the same. All these are situations that make what you're saying relative and realistic in its present moment. And like you said, learn behaviors. Yes, this is why it's so important that we check ourselves against these things, against these narratives. You know, I have a big thing with saying when I come into a situation, I'm going to lie to you. I control the narrative in my space. Yeah, I don't give it to somebody else. I'm sorry. I really understand what the old people meant when they say what they say now. I'm too old for that. And don't judge people in your class. For sure. Because you know that rock will bring it down. That rock will bring it down, April. That rock will make your glass house just fall. But at the end of the day, yes, I control the narrative. Why? Because in my narrative, I walk with a space and a sense of being that I want to give love to everybody. I really do. I whatever you send back my way, the reciprocity, that's on you. Because the first one was on me, so I gave love. Come on, somebody. And so what you do with that, that's on you. I don't really care. Sticks and stones and names that never do nothing for me. People talk all day. You already know the oldest, greatest saying. They talked about Jesus, so they're going to talk about me. Come on. I'm black, fat, and ugly. So hello, somebody. They're going to talk about me. I'm cool with that. But check it out, though. When I look in the mirror, hello, somebody, I'm good with me. I'm not stressing it. I'm not saying I need a nose job. I'm not saying I need to get some veneers in my teeth. I'm not saying I need to, hot wax my head. I'm not saying I do say I want to do 1,000 push-ups again. I haven't done that in quite a few years, centuries, but I'm okay with me. I want my people to begin to become okay with themselves, because real people that's on point in life that can see when a person is not on point with themselves. Come on, somebody. They can see when you ain't really on point with you. You ain't really happy in your skin. Oh, it's easy to see. I don't know why you. Now, the people that know it and see it, they might not say nothing to you because you don't mean that much to them like that. And they're just going to let you go where you're going and be who you are and do what you do. And that's fair, because sometimes it's okay to mind your business. But in this event, I'm saying for us looking at it and speaking with each other about it, let's be transparent to know that we have to, as a people, as a person, as a place inside here, as a thing that's living, let's look at ourselves. See, the red flags, I know it set people up that we were going to be talking the mess. And yeah, if the girl did this, and if the guy did that, yeah, I think you should have been looking. I think you should have been paying attention. I'm not going to dumb me down. I'm not going to dumb the Creator's love in me through Jesus Christ down to get a few likes. I'm not. Or to get many likes. I'm not. To God be the glory. Let him tell a story. That I'm not going to do. If I can do something that's going to help us, not degrade us, allow us to see better, to educate someone else, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm feeling good. See, that's the thing. I know me. I'm feeling good. When I see my people, I laugh. It's love. It's all real. The conversation is the same. Whether you knew me from Little G, Bill Blast, Hollywood, come on, Snap. Come on, somebody. The Prophet Bishop Cushmanish right now, Mr. Frazier, because I've been through cycles where people had their own definition of me. And it was okay because I had a great time. And those that know me know it. I had a great time. But I'm going to tell you, I've had some unbelievable hard times in my life as well. It wasn't all what it was cracked up to be. It wasn't all glamour. It wasn't all fun. I had some things. But he spared me. So I say that just to say, let's get to a space where we begin to recognize that we should look to help ourselves first. Come on, somebody. It's like all the great orators are speaking about, the continent Africa, and that, the people over there looking for help from other countries when they have everything that they need and they should begin to help themselves. They're right. And that's where we are as a people. We're in a space where we need to begin to help ourselves. Come on, you are beautiful. April, I'll keep telling you, April, you're going to stop. And the next time I see you, I'm throwing you in my pocket and I'm taking you with me because we got to talk. But stop trying to make me cry on TV. podcast stuff. Come on, I'm too fat, black, and ugly. If I cry, it's going to just everything gonna go wrong. But thank you, sister. Thank you. I appreciate your love, and I appreciate your view on me as an individual, knowing me for over 40, almost 50 years. As a matter of fact, I think we go back 50. I appreciate you. I really do. And I'm so blessed to know you, who you are. They ain't gonna tell me nothing about April. I know April. I'm grateful and I'm so proud of you. You did beyond well. The lives you touched, phenomenal. Strong J, whatever your next, I'm with you. Your next step, I'm one of the biggest fans. You know that. But I pray we take away from this evening that integrity is not just a word to be used. That integrity is action, right? It's action in so many spaces and places. And before we look for that in others, we need to begin to check the attributes for it for ourselves. And this way we put ourselves in a space and a place of understanding what we're looking for, understanding the process of what we're looking for, understanding the thing itself. Hello, somebody, come on, you know? And so that's a reality check in one. And in two, when we talk about infidelity, all the things that infidelity is, take 2 minutes. You know, I know that's right. I think I'm about 27. But take some time to understand what infidelity is, right? Because if you take time to see what infidelity is, right? Yes, my sister. Hello, Charlene. Thank you for tuning in. Bless you. I know we're about to go out, but you can read back on it if you like. I think we said some good things tonight. When we look on infidelity and we see what the attributes of infidelity is, and we begin to process that for ourselves, right? Because one thing that we've been taught in life as a human race, right, is that we can look at disease, and from the disease itself get a cure. The cure doesn't necessarily have to come from without or from somewhere far. If we look into the sickness, the disease, we can oftentimes get a cure, an antidote from that. And so when we look at infidelity and we look at the attributes of it, and we begin to let that come into our mind, let that come into our space, right? Because like I told you earlier, an ounce of prevention beats a pound of cure, right? So if we look at the attributes and we say, all right, well, we're going to place some prevention in this for me. Now, you ain't going to do it all. You ain't going to catch it all, but you are going to be that much better in a space if something, God forbid, should happen with you and your girlfriend, you and your boyfriend, you and your husband, you and your wife. Our prayers that you can, like I said, always get to a resolve in it. I'm not here to tell you how to do it. What I am trying to do is make sure that you understand there's more to the puzzle and to the pieces than what you're just seeing. And if you're not taking time to go into it, to check for it, to study yourself, we're not even talking about a book. We're talking about study yourself. Stop. When I left my job that I was at for 20 something years, right? They looked at me and they said, well, Mr. Frazier, what you going to do? I said, I'm going to get off the world and I'm going to watch it spin. Hello, somebody. I'm going to get off the world and I'm going to watch it spin, because it became a situation for me where I was doing every which way, trying to. And great work was getting done. Don't get me wrong. I was blessed. The people, the process, the road, I was blessed immensely. But I came to a space where I had to realize I needed to watch the world spin. I needed to watch people do what they do. I needed to watch life start lifing from a different angle. Come on, somebody. And I took it on. I took it on. I took it on. I jumped over the void. I jumped in. And, it's been a roller coaster ride. Yes, that big one at Seven Flags that no one really wants to admit they don't like going on, because your heart and everything else is at the top of that cliff once it start going down. That's how it's been. But I'm okay because I'm blessed in knowing who I am. I'm blessed in knowing that what I'm doing and striving to do is about blessing others, which makes me feel good. So don't just think that I'm blessing others because I think that's going to get me into heaven, because that's not totally true. I'm blessing others because it makes me feel good. It makes me really, really good to see Apostle McKeithen smile. It makes me really, really good to see April smile. It makes me really, really good to see Il Chuck's big smile. It makes me really, really good to see my brother smiling. It makes me good. It does wonders for me when I hear other people do and accomplish things. That's good news. That's a good report, and it does well for me. A lot of people don't care about other people. A lot of people don't care about if the next person did something good, whether they know them or not, and all. I'm not mad. I'm not here to judge. I'm just saying what's good for me. So tonight, I pray we all walk away with knowing that integrity has attributes to it. And we should be mindful when placing the whole word on somebody and not checking for the attributes of it in the individual. Male, female, female, male. And that when we look at infidelity, are we placing ourselves in a space where we can do, some type of self-analytical work in the mirror to say, okay, the attributes of this is this. Can I put some prevention to some of it for myself? Not for somebody else, not to hog tie or chain somebody else up, but for yourself. Hog tie and chain yourself up. Hello, somebody. And allow that to be real. Allow that to be real, that, you allow these things in your life most often. And because you're not paying attention, you just doing the wop. You ain't paying attention, though. That detriment comes with that. Taking your eye off the prize, not paying attention is a very bad thing. And we usually hurt behind that in the end. We hurt behind that. So I'm hoping that we take it on, that we can do this. Oh, Mama Miss Thornton, how you doing? Good to see you. I love you. I pray all is well with everybody. That's the old mother right there from when I was 5 years old. God bless her soul. Always been a beautiful person. And if we can bottle her and pass it around, that'll be all right. So that's what I'm praying. Those are my thoughts for everyone tonight. If you missed it, run it back. See if it resonates with you. See if it can help you. See if it can help you, and then help somebody else. Hello, somebody. And so, because that's what it's all about. If we can help someone else, great. But learn to help yourself so that you can be the best you that you can be. All right, somebody. I'm grateful. I'm here. It's your boy, the Prophet Bishop Kush. And like I always say, do what you do, but don't let it do you. Come on, somebody. There's so much ground to cover in life. I don't care what the age, 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 35, 40, 55, 60, 70, 80. You live to be 100. There's so much ground to cover. And the red flags are us. Come on, somebody. And so we're having these conversations to help people find resolve, bring resolve into their world that, will help them, will put them in a better place. This is the hour that gives us the power to speak with each other, to converse, to come to a greater light. And so I'm grateful that I was here to do it again with you. This is our 6th show. Pass them around, everybody, please. Pass them around if you can. I'm grateful just to be here, just to be here and know that, in this hour, with all the things that we can be doing, this is what I'm doing, and it feels good. Tony Tone, I did that tour. Feels good to know that you'll always by my side. It was a good time. But you know, and God bless the brother that passed away. But he was right. It feels good. You just have to focus. You have to fix your vision. A good brother, K Bain, who's doing phenomenal work, not only in the States, but around the world now, told me, he said, I had to lower my expectations in things and of people so that, one, he didn't put too much on a person that they just couldn't bear, and two, put himself in a place of despair if they fell short. And it was so prophetic. It was so strong. It was so eye-opening and emotional and mental and spiritual engaging for me when I heard him say that. To my people, I love you all. Stay blessed. It's your boy, the Prophet Bishop Kush. And yes, late night, get right with the Prophet B Kush. And we are blessed to be here. Thank you. Get there safe. Have a great one. Sleep well. Tell somebody about us. Okay, y'all? Come on, somebody.